All right, so currently listening to a CEO only does three things. So I've got several companies and I'm trying to better myself as a CEO and as a leader in these companies. So always looking to educate myself. Heard about this book a few times. Finally got caught up with my audiobooks, so started listening to it. The idea is pretty simple, but I don't believe it's heavily practiced. Maybe by the really successful CEOs that have been able to scale and have these huge teams that are all going the same direction, going for the same goals. So in short, the book breaks it down. So a CEO should really be focused on three things: the people, right, which means the culture, the hiring process, who you bring in to that team, and making sure that they align with your core values, and really stressing a culture in your company that aligns with those core values. So I 100% agree with that one. I've learned that throughout the years, 17 years now of running different companies, and I didn't always hire with culture and the right person in mind. In the beginning, I would focus more on the skills and their experience, but I've learned that the right person trumps all that. So second one they talk about is goals. So the CEO should be involved in setting the company goals and the vision, and making sure that the company is going in that direction and making adjustments when needed. And then the third one is the financials, right? Making sure at a high level that the company is profitable and that your financials are in a good place, right? Without that, that's usually how so many small businesses end up failing, is due to cash flow and just bad financials. So, those are the three things that a CEO that's looking to really scale a business should be focusing on a daily basis. I know for sure it's hard at first when you're wearing several different hats and you don't have the cash flow to sustain a large overhead and a team around you. But you can still keep these top of mind, and then you can begin to build that team around you to where eventually that becomes your main focus, and you've got team members that you trust delivering on the day-to-day and implementing what needs to be done to meet your goals. So I think it's a great book. I think it's something that us as CEOs, we've got to keep that top of mind. And sometimes we got to put out some fires and whatnot, but if we hire the right people, put them in the right seats, create good company culture and systems around them, your team should be able to have the power to make important decisions, and you need to trust that they're gonna make the right decisions for the company, right? And that all falls on the CEO, making sure that that those right systems are in place, and that you've created that culture where your team is going to make those right decisions. And they may not all be the right decisions, right? But they've got to learn from their mistakes as well, and you got to empower them. So keep that in mind. Being a business owner, CEO, it's not easy. Any executive position really, and any role you play as a business owner, it's not easy. But if you work at it, you do the right things. I mean, it's amazing to watch when you build a well-oiled machine where everybody's aligned, everybody's aiming towards those same goals and that vision. It's a beautiful thing to watch. So hope that was helpful. Keep at it. You got this.